Good evening, viewers. I, Deepika, am bringing to you the Salesian news across the globe. The first Salesian arrived in Peru in 1891. It was the first missionary expedition that Father Rua undertook. There are currently 16 Salesian works in Peru, distributed in all regions of the country. There are large schools attended daily by thousands of students ranging from childhood to high school, and many parishes, both in the cities and in the Amazon rainforest, with dozens and dozens of chapels scattered in villages so remote that the missionary is able to visit only once a year. The sons of Don Bosco in Peru are present in the regions of the coast, in the Andes, and also in the Amazon jungle, and in all these contexts, the huge challenge is always represented by situations of greater vulnerability. A beautiful initiative that the Salesians of Peru started a few years ago is that of Casa Don Bosco. These are boarding schools adjacent to the school itself or the Salesian parish, where the poorest children and those who come from the most distant villages are welcomed and housed. One such is the Piranitas, which is founded in 1993 in order to help the street children who crowd the streets of the Peruvian capital. The Comunidad de Acogida Don Bosco works closely with social services and institutions, offering minors not only a home to live in with sit-down meals at regular times and guaranteed medical care, but also a psychological and spiritual support service, as well as a part of reapproachment with families. Research, reception, socialization, vocational training, professional integration. These are the steps developed over the years by the Salesians of the Don Bosco community in Brena, Lima, to guarantee the right to the future of the most disadvantaged minors, in particular Piranitas who live on the street. Currently, there are 68 youths from 12 to 25 years old. Since the beginning of the pandemic, much attention has been paid to the situation inside the Gombo refugee camp in South Sudan, established in 2014 and currently run by the Salesians. The Salesian missionaries of the parish of St. Vincent de Paul, in particular, provide food, hygiene products, and other basic necessities to the displaced people housed in the camp. These are mostly single women, widows, orphaned children, and the elderly. After the escalation of violence that swept over South Sudan, the parish of St. Vincent de Paul opened its doors and promptly welcomed fleeing families, offering them a safe place to settle. Today, during the coronavirus emergency, thanks to funding from Salesian missions, the Salesian Mission Office of New Rochelle, 275 families have received assistance. Among the groups of the Salesian family, there are not many with their headquarters in Rome. Probably the last to find its general house in the Eternal City was the Caritas Sisters of Jesus congregation. Since their foundation in Miyazaki Kushu Island, Japan in 1937, until 10 years ago, their headquarters was in Japan, while their current address is in Rome. 1 year ahead of their general chapter, scheduled for April 2021 in Beppu, Japan, the Sisters of Charity of Jesus are ready to deepen their apostolic consecrated life, characterized by profound missionary zeal and openness to new cultures. It is no coincidence, in fact, that one of the three themes of the general chapter of 2021 will be that of intercultural relationships. This summer is very different in Cordoba's Salesian house in Spain. Thus, the traditional Salesian summer oratory was suspended due to the pandemic we are experiencing, taking into the account the indications of the Ministry of Health to protect the health of the population and in particular of the children and families who trust us every summer. A group of more than 50 volunteers from all groups of the Salesian family of the parish was created. Volunteers who every morning and afternoon throughout the summer help families with food and support for school children. The St. John Bosco Vocational Training Center joins the support Honduras needs during the global crisis caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, providing food to families in need. This initiative was created to support families who have been directly affected by the crisis. VTC St. John Bosco, with the support of the benefactors of the work, parishioners, and in collaboration with NGOs, has so far developed more than 500 packages of food. The teachers of the center and the Salesian collaborators prepare packets of supplies from donations every day. All packages that are prepared contain basic basket food items such as rice, beans, sugar, pasta, flour, eggs, bread, sauces, and personal hygiene products. In 2020, the Salesian Corporators Association of Vietnam celebrates the 25th anniversary of establishment and development, 1995 to 2020. On this occasion, we would like to introduce to our viewers the Vietnamese Salesian Corporators' history, vocation, spirituality, apostolic mission, and centers. In the social context of Vietnam since January 22, 1995, Father Peter Nguyen Van De, SDB, now the Diocesan Bishop of Thai Binh, initiated the Salesian Corporators Association. Initially, there were only 8 members, but after 25 years and up to the time of making the promise on October 8, 2017, the association has 654 members on the list, 297 men and 357 women, of whom about 450 are active now. Each Salesian Corporator is alive with the Salesian spirit, cares about young people wherever they live, especially those who are the poorest or have been exploited and suffered any kind of violence. Salesian Corporators are part of the great Salesian family with the same charism as the religious SDB and FMA. At the same time, the Salesian Corporators are nourished by receiving the sacraments diligently, especially the Eucharist. They love Mary in a special way, and they try to live and practice the Word of God in their lives. Thanks to the Don Bosco Green Alliance, DBGA, the Salesians in 313 Don Bosco Salesian institutions living in 63 countries are deeply involved in Pope Francis's Laudato Si movement. 1 month, the season of creation, is a time to renew our relationship with our Creator and all creation through celebration, conversion, and commitment together. During the season of creation, we join our sisters and brothers in the ecumenical family in prayer and action for our common home. For the information of our viewers, the season starts 1st September, the day of prayer for creation, and ends 4th October, the feast of Saint Francis of Assisi, the patron saint of ecology, beloved by many Christian denominations and by many non-Christians as well. The PGS Vice Province is getting organized for the incoming season of creation with an invitation to all rectors and youth ministry animation in both countries of PNG and Solomon Islands. Last week, Father Francis Preston, SDB of the Salesian province of UK, was invited to join the sisters and meet some of the local families they support. On 18 August, together with the Salesian Sisters community at Dagoretti Market, Nairobi, joined for the first of 2 morning sessions for the distribution of bags of food. During the Tuesday morning session, bags were distributed to more than 100 families whose children and young people attend the Learning and Skills project run by the sisters at the Education Center next to their convent. Don Bosco Youth Services, Matunga, Mumbai in India, organized its annual Salesian Youth Movement SYM Meet via Google Meet on 22nd August 2020. Around 25 animators and leaders of the SYM from various Don Bosco institutions of the Mumbai zone participated in the meet coordinated by DBYS Mumbai Director Father Mylan Noronha with Brother Bryce Fernandez together with other Salesian youth animators of the zone. Don Bosco Youth Service DBYS Matunga Mumbai in India organized its first ever virtual retrainment amidst the ensuing pandemic lockdown and unlock chaos on Sunday 23rd August via Google Meet. Mumbai Salesian's Provincial Councillor and Delegate for Youth Ministry, Father Glenford Lowe, inspired the over 30 participants, 5 group coordinators and 6 animators, scholastics from Don Bosco Youth Centre, Pune, with a brief introduction to DBYS and the concept of retrainment. Tea with Salesians is an initiative of the Salesian community of Divyadan Nasik in India, coordinated by Father Leon Cruz Ratinam. It is an interactive session with young people over a cup of tea every Saturday at 5 p.m. Each Saturday, around 70 young people and members of the Salesian family participate in this initiative. The topic for 22nd August 2020 was Heal the World. Sheldon D'Souza, a parishioner from Nerul, was the first speaker. He spoke about Pope Francis's message on the care of the world and how Christians can have Christ as their model to heal the world to make this home of ours a better place to live. Daughters of Mary of Help of Christian, FMA, nun Rita Lobo was the second speaker. She gave 6 points on how to heal the world by first healing ourselves. The talks were very inspiring and practical, especially keeping in mind the turmoil caused by the pandemic. The second part of the Tea with Salesians was conducted by dividing the participants into different groups where the young elaborated their thoughts and listened to the different Salesians that were present. It was a fruitful and an enriching experience. The online tea finally ended with a prayer. Saturday, 22nd August 2020 was an auspicious and a great day for Deacon Sachin Kadam of the Salesian province of Mumbai, India, for on this day he totally surrendered himself to being another Christ and was ordained a priest by Bishop Lords Daniel of the Diocese of Nasik at St. John Bosco Church, Savedi, Ahmednagar. In a very simple yet meaningful Eucharistic celebration with a very limited congregation comprising priests, family members and a few close relatives, Father Sachin Kadam pronounced his obedience and acceptance to be a pastor, saying, "Yes, Lord, I love you very much, you know that." Don Bosco English Medium School Savedi of Salesian province of Mumbai in India launched its first YouTube channel on 16th August 2020, the 205th birth anniversary of Don Bosco. Rector and manager Father Viswas Pereira launched the channel. Father James Toscano, principal Don Bosco Vidyalaya Marathi Medium School, lauded the efforts of the English medium to be relevant in the digital age. Principal Father Justice Mendes recognized and appreciated the efforts of all the teachers and students, especially thanking teachers George and Nilesh for their technical expertise in launching the channel. A book explaining the different part of the Mass or the Eucharist in Khasi language titled Kijing Batay Binya Yaka Eucharist Bakoy, authored by Father Raphael Mayong of Salesian Province, Shillong, India, was released on 26th August by Father Paul Lincott, the provincial of the province. Briefing about the book, the author, who was the secretary of late Archbishop Dominic Jala and the professor of liturgy in Sacred Heart Theological College, Maulai, and Orion's Theological College, and also the assistant parish priest of Sonapahar Parish, said that the book was inspired by the late Archbishop. In fact, Father Raphael said that it was the late Archbishop who asked him to pen down this book. Dear viewers, this is all we have for you today. See you tomorrow in the same time and in the same channel. Thank you for watching.